In a series defined by bold exploration and iconic characters, few figures in Star Trek have quietly earned as much respect and as much untapped potential as Nurse Chapel. Within Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, she stands as more than a support character. She is a bridge between science and compassion, logic and empathy, duty and personal desire. And yet, despite her depth, Chapel still hasn't had the kind of episode that fully belongs to her. It's time that changed. From her earliest appearances in classic Star Trek, Chapel has always been portrayed as intelligent, resilient, and emotionally complex. In Strange New Worlds, played with warmth and subtlety by Jess Bush, she evolves further. She's not just the unrequited admirer of Spock, nor merely a background presence in sickbay. She is a highly skilled nurse with a scientific mind and a deeply human heart. But too often, her stories orbit around others rather than centering on her. A Chapel-focused episode could finally explore the weight of her dual identity, the rigorous logic required by Starfleet medical science, and the emotional depth that defines her as a person. What happens when those two sides collide? Imagine a scenario where a medical breakthrough hinges not just on her knowledge, but on a moral decision that forces her to question Starfleet protocol. Would she follow orders or trust her instincts? That kind of dilemma would elevate Chapel from capable nurse to philosophical protagonist. There's also the matter of her personal journey. In Strange New Worlds, Chapel is a woman with a past, a future, and complicated feelings that don't always align with her professional life. Her relationship with Spock is nuanced and deeply felt, but a dedicated episode could push beyond romance and explore her independence. What drives her when she's not defined by her feelings for someone else? What sacrifices has she made to serve aboard the Enterprise? These are the kinds of questions that deserve answers on screen. A Chapel-centric story could also expand the emotional scope of the series. Strange New Worlds excels at balancing episodic adventure with character-driven storytelling, but Chapel offers a chance to delve into quieter, more intimate stakes. Imagine her confronting a patient who mirrors her own insecurities, or facing a crisis that forces her to choose between saving a life and preserving a secret. These moments would not just deepen her character, they would enrich the entire ensemble. There's precedent in Star Trek for elevating supporting characters into the spotlight. Episodes that focus on lesser-seen crew members often become fan favorites because they reveal the humanity behind the uniform. Chapel deserves that same treatment. Her strength isn't in commanding a starship or firing phasers. It's in saving lives, making impossible choices, and carrying emotional burdens that others might overlook. Ultimately, giving Nurse Chapel her own episode wouldn't just be a gift to the character, it would be a gift to the audience. It would reaffirm one of Star Trek's most enduring principles, that every role matters, every life has meaning, and every voice deserves to be heard. Chapel has spent years in the background, quietly holding the crew together. Now it's time for her to step into the light.